Well, a good early evening, folks. Welcome to the city where East meets West. This is the Basketball Champions League. It's the playoffs round of 16, and it's the second leg between Besiktas Sompo Japan and medi Bayreuth. So here we are, folks. Medi Bayreuth have taken the first leg, but it's just like a game. We're at halftime, and Besiktas will look to win this contest tonight by more than 6 points, having lost the first one. And a lot of pressure there. You see the road to the Final Four. And if you look at this particular game, Besiktas medi Bayreuth down there in the bottom right, the winner will advance to face MHP Riesen Lewisburg or EV Baskets Oldenburg. And it looks more and more like that one's going to be MHP Riesen Lewisburg. MHP Riesen Lewisburg, because they won the first leg 88-63. So what are we going to get from Besiktas tonight? We know they had the disappointment of last season at this very stage when they lost to Turkish rivals Fener Karşıyaka. They want to get that out of their system. And again, this confirms that the winner of this tie will take on the winner of MHP Riesen Lewisburg and EV Baskets Oldenburg. MHP Riesen with a 25-point win in the first leg. So I think you probably have a good idea of how that one's going to go, but you know what? You got to play the games. And there might be something magical in the air for that EV Baskets team. But don't hold your breath. But we'll see. Anyway, here we have Besiktas and a very good medi Bayreuth team who, quite frankly, I think have met expectations, perhaps surpassed expectations. Certainly for some of the fans, they've made it this far. The captain, Bastian Dorit, Andreas Seifert, both of those guys play for Germany's national team, the international window. Asim Rai, very important. Gabe York, well, boy, he puts up a lot of points, and he puts up a lot of three-pointers, and he also plays a lot of minutes, more than 37 in the first leg. And you saw Kyle Weems there. He'll be looking to perhaps pick it up a little bit. Had 4 points in the first game. And remember, this was a Besiktas team that played without John Diebler in that first leg. John Diebler was ill, but you see number 32, he's back, and probably, well, arguably the best three-point shooter in the competition, certainly one of the best. Kyle Weems, all up and down that roster. DJ Strawberry, very, very good and talented Besiktas team that won their group and won it for a reason. They're loaded. I mean, they got a great team, a great coach, Ufuk Sorica, Earl Clark, Erkan Veseoglu, Josh Adams, Sertaç Shanley, John Mutaf, Keenan Sapahi, Ryan Boatwright, so the list goes on and on. But here is medi Bayreuth, the team that has, well, if they haven't captured the imagination of their fans, I don't know what will capture the imagination, because they have just played great basketball. They've had some ups and downs. It's been kind of a roller coaster ride for them. It certainly was at the start of the season in the Basketball Champions League. When you go back and you look at what they were able to do, they won their first 3 games, and they beat Strasbourg, Strasbourg at home, 82-80. They won at Petro Olympia, 90-77. Their opener, they won at Rosa Radom, 96-79. But then they lost 3 in a row. Lost at Banvit by 11, and then they lost at home to Movistar Estudiantes, and then they they lost by 3 at Umana Venezia. Since that point, more good than bad. For this Besiktas team, well, they were probably had the wind in their sails for most of the season. They had a couple of blips. They started, in fact, with a loss at home to Sidigas Avellino, a team that didn't even make the playoffs. But after that, they reeled off a huge win on game day 2 at Ostend, 77-49. They won at home over Stelmet Enea Jelona Gora by 5. And there you see the coaches shaking hands as well as the players. Besiktas also won at Ches Nimburg, and then at home over Aris, and then at Telecom Baskets Bonn by a point, then at home over Nanterre. So they got on a roll. But certainly Sidigas Avellino was not a team they liked facing because they lost by 16 to them in Italy. And they rebounded with a 10-point win over Ostend. They lost at Stelmet Inez Zelona Gora, and they won at home over Ches Nimburg. They won at Aris. They won at home over Bonn again, and they lost at Nanterre. And of course, I guess you could say they're riding a 2-game losing streak in the Basketball Champions League because they also lost at medi Bayreuth last week. But we're going to look at the starting fives for both teams. And as a reminder, the referees tonight, Panayotis Anastopoulos from Greece, Andres Aunkroger from Latvia, and Tanel Suslov from Estonia. Raul Corno, the coach of medi Bayreuth, is going over his last-minute preparations. And again, we should be getting a look at the starting five shortly. A lot of big games over the next couple of days. There are the referees for tonight. Excuse me. So, in fact, it's Johan Rosso from France is going to be reffing the game. And there's the starting five: James Robinson, Nate Linhart, Andreas Seifert, Cintian Cici from Albania, and Ademir Zarapovic of Bosnia-Herzegovina, the other referees. And there's Raul Corna, the coach of medi Bayreuth. And for Besiktas, Earl Clark, Veseloglu, Josh Adams, Shanley, and Strawberry. So there was no sign of panic on the face of Ufuk Sarıca, nor no sign of panic really on most of the coaches that ended up on the short end in their first legs, because they know, especially those coaches that were playing on the road like Ufuk Sarıca, they knew they were coming home to the friendly confines here in Istanbul. And this arena will be rocking tonight for Ufuk Sarıca, the coach here in the Besiktas Katlar Arena. Turkish fans are known for being rather boisterous, and they will be counting on that tonight. Hidu Turkoglu, the Turkish Basketball Federation president, is here. You can see him. Patrick Komenos as well. Supremo of the Basketball Champions League. There's Turkoglu, one of the all-time greats of Turkish basketball, if not the greatest. Long career with the national team, long career in the NBA. Now doing his part to keep basketball at or near the top in Turkey and in Europe. Of course, Turkey started under Ufuk Sarıca, who he's also the national team coach. They started with 2 wins in the Basketball World Cup qualifiers, but they also dropped a couple of games last month. So they're 2-2, and a very tense situation for them heading into the third window, which will be at the end of June and the beginning of July. But right now, all of the focus is on this Basketball Champions League round of 16, second leg tie between Besiktas Sompo Japan and medi Bayreuth. And Seifert is going to jump with Clark, and it's going to be Besiktas that win the opening tip. And attacking the basket to the left. And already a foul has been called down low. So Shanley rewarded for catching the ball down low. And I'm thinking he's going to the line. So you can see as the fans celebrate there on the graphic, we have the first leg score, 81-76. So if Shanley makes these free throws, he will reduce the overall deficit. Now he misses the first one. Seifert, York, Lenhart, Robinson, and Brooks in that starting five for medi Bayreuth. Shanley makes the second one. So now on aggregate, it's a 4-point lead for medi Bayreuth. So the ball inbounded to Robinson. Now he hands it off to Brooks. Very good in the first leg. Now the big fella, Seifert, gets inside and misses with that attempt. I was really impressed with him for Germany. He was a late addition to their squad for the World Cup qualifiers. Played very well against Serbia. Beseloglu drives in, and good defense. Now Lenhart brings it across midcourt. Drives in, puts up a left-handed runner, and it's good. So nice riposte there. medi Bayreuth getting that basket. Now Earl Clark showing his not afraid to put it up from deep. And medi Bayreuth try to beat Besiktas down the floor. Besiktas get back now. Gabe York has it. And the drive and the foul. That's why you go hard to the basket. Good things will happen. And you can see Strawberry got him on the left wrist, or the left forearm. So Brooks takes the show to the free throw line and makes the first one. Now in that first game, he had 15 points, 7 rebounds, and a couple of blocks. Did a little bit of everything. Finished with a plus 22 efficiency rating. And now the trap in the backcourt, and it looked like they kind of caught Besiktas by surprise. Clark bounce pass, Strawberry. DJ Strawberry lays it up and in. Now Robinson takes the bump. York right where he wants to be. Three-pointer. Well, York has been quite the story from deep. But inside, and Strawberry gets to the rim again. So the game starting with a fast pace here. Brooks cross court to York. Lenhart takes the bump, and Shanley is called for the foul. So the ruling was Shanley just slid in there a little bit too late. And as the game goes on, you're going to have, well, and as long as medi Bayreuth have the lead, be a lot of tension in the house for Besiktas. And if you're the coach, you want that crowd to be loud. You don't want them to get quiet, because that'll go down to the players. Seifert turns, scores. Goodness me, what a move. Good footwork. And I'll tell you what, The number of times that I've seen Seifert play, I have been impressed. Strawberry now. Well, he's come out firing for Besiktas. Showing some veteran leadership tonight. He played on that team last season. They lost in this very round, the round of 16, to Pinar Kosciaka. Linhart has the ball tapped by Shanley. Now Clark in the open floor. He's going to go all the way. medi Bayreuth can't turn the ball over, and certainly not in midcourt. That's going to be points every time for Besiktas. Robinson feeds Seifert down low. Great awareness. Strawberry again, this time fouled by Robinson as he gets into the lane. Here he is again. DJ Strawberry averaged 12.3 points per game. And he's shot pretty well from deep, 42%. Made 32 of his 76 attempts. Any coach will take that. Now over to Shanley, just behind the charity stripe. Seifert gets the rebound. Now York in the open floor. Over to Robinson, hits the three. Well, this German team is good, folks. They finished fourth, and there was a moment there where they feared they weren't even going to make it to the playoffs. It just shows how good the Basketball Champions League is. Now Clark, long jump shot for Clark. But medi Bayreuth, they came out of that very tough group. They lived to tell the tale. And now here they are, battling away with Besiktas. Seifert backs up. Shanley, oh goodness me. He just keeps getting better and better. Andres Seifert giving them a real presence down on the low block. And Shanley is not winning that battle right now. Adams off the back of the iron. And now York. Well, what kind of pressure must Besiktas be feeling now? Brooks inside the might call 3 seconds. He was trapped, had nowhere to go. So timeout. Looked like, oh yeah, he turned straight into Shanley. His head kind of snapped a bit. So he's going to take his time here. Wouldn't be surprised if he came out. Shanley's going to come out of the game. Simi Erden down there on the bench. He's been hurt. Not sure if he's going to make it tonight or not. Gradually getting back into things. So could the Besiktas might need an injection of Kyle Weens. He's kind of the big game player. John Cox into the game. He didn't play in the first game for medi Bayreuth. Wahalski also into the game, number 14. And Strawberry got it off just in time. Seifert. Back to York. Robinson rattled out. Strawberry inside to Lalane. Now Strawberry has it. And Lalane with the offensive rebound and put back. Seifert. Beautiful bounce pass to Robinson, kicks it back outside. Cox, wearing the face mask, missed the shot, but I think Lalani's been called for the foul. So the ball will stay at this end of the floor. Medi Bayreuth doing a good job right now. Up 16-13 in this second leg, an 8-point lead on aggregate. Dorrit, the captain's come in. He's got the ball. Another of the players that played for Germany in the international window, played in the first window as well. Now the drive, and York denied by Lalane. So not a great possession that time. Also crucially for Besiktas, Diebler in the game, number 32. A lot of good players for both of these teams. Remember, Cox played a lot of years in France, played for Venezuela's national team, played at the Olympics. Lalane misses that. Now Dorrit has it. Crosses midcourt. York over to Cox on the baseline. John Cox, Kobe Bryant's cousin. I'm sure Kobe's watching him. He would like that release. It was true, and Medi Bayreuth now lead it 18-13. Three-point attempt, and off the back of the iron, Dorrit collects the ball. Hands it off down low. And Asim Marai, the Egyptian international, in the game, number 50. There's Cox. Cox! A second straight basket from John Cox. That is a veteran for you, coming out, not missing a beat as they bring their reserves in. And Cox probably reading all about Diebler and everything that he's done this season. But Cox is saying, don't forget, I'm the man, even with the face mask. So Besiktas called timeout here. So 0 of 5, Besiktas from deep, 2 of 4 for Medi Bayreuth. So the rebounding there from Medi Bayreuth, also 8 to 3. I mean, it's a quality lineup. I mean, what can you say? They have got a great backcourt with Robinson, with York, with Dorrit. They've got, I mean, I'm hugely impressed by Seifert down low. He's tough. They've got John Cox, international, Venezuela international veteran, coming off the bench. But this Besiktas team is quality as well, and at some point we're going to see a run from them. Maybe it's going to be now, coming out of the timeout. Adams. Point at York. Hands it off to Strawberry. And now the ball into the hands of Gabe York. And he gets rejected at the rim from Adams. That has got to be one of the plays of the season. Goodness gracious. See if this defensive SWAT sparks Besiktas. Lalane takes the contact, gets inside. Boy, that is going to be on highlight reels tonight. That might be the play of the week. Adams with the tremendous rejection. He has got some hops, and that is a 4-point swing. York steps back, rims out, or rattles out. Crowd wanted to charge. That's why you don't give up on it, folks. That's why you go down and play defense. That was utterly breathtaking, that block. I hope we get to see it again. Here's a Strawberry. Here it is. Look at this. Look at the elevation. Oh, goodness. Not in my house, he says. This is the Besiktas Akatlar Arena. Look at him. He's talking about it. DJ Strawberry was saying, my man said to get it out of here. Diebler's going to inbound it now. Keenan Sipahi, Young Turkey International, puts on the deck, goes to the rim, and goes to the basket rather, misses. Now York again attacks the basket. He had Adams bearing down on him. And now Sipahi fouled by Dorit. So the final seconds ticking off here in the first quarter, and Diebler shows what he's all about. And with that, well, you have to say Besiktas kind of owned the last minute or so, minute and a half, with that terrific play by Adams and Diebler. It's important for Diebler to get it going. And he drilled the three. Look at this again. Feet set. Knocks it in. (20-18), medi Bayreuth leading after one. And you can see the stats there. That was the first three-pointer, that 1 of 6 for Besiktas made by Diebler. So medi Bayreuth really had almost a dream first quarter. They went up by 10 points on aggregate. Now their biggest lead in this game was 7, so in fact they're up by 12 points on aggregate. But Besiktas have come back, and again, I can't emphasize enough how important that block was by Josh Adams. So you can see 7-point lead on aggregate for medi Bayreuth. And see how they approach things, if they have any changes coming out here in the second quarter. Wahalski over to Linhart. And now the Besiktas bigs are in there crashing the boards. It was only Asim Marai that was in there for medi Bayreuth. And now Besiktas can tie it or take the lead in the tie. Remember that Besiktas did not lead at all in the first leg. And Kyle Weems coming in, and right off the bench, drills the three. Besiktas had taken the lead here in this second leg. Marai backs up his man. Out the Dorit. And shot clock violation, waited too long. You got to know the situation. Asim Barai. That's down to him, passing it out with no time on the shot clock. Lalane, good! Three-pointer. How about that? So that brings a timeout from Raul Corna. And Lalane showing us he's got a lot to his game. Seven assists for Besiktas, 6 for medi Bayreuth. And 4 turnovers for medi Bayreuth. Cody Lalane, that was an interesting, he's a Haitian. Look at Turkoglu there in the middle. He's got the best seat in the house. How in the world did he get that? Well, he's the Turkish Basketball Federation. I guess it's safe to say he's a Turkish legend. There's no doubt about it. He had that incredible Eurobasket back in what? It was 2001. Got Turkey to the podium. Also the World Cup in 2010. And now coming in, another rejection. This one by Lalane. Big Cody. Marai inside. Oh, that was a good, strong reverse layup from him. Diebler for 3. Asim Marai has a little size advantage on Diebler. He wants it. He gets it. He hands it off beautifully to Brooks. Great patience from medi Bayreuth and Asim Marai. Asim Marai comes from big-time basketball stock. His dad was a player, also coached the national team of Egypt. Now Lalane misses and Doret chases it down but can't get it, and the ball goes out of bounds off of him. Strawberry back in, goes hard to the basket, and gets the contact from Asim Marai. Look at him. He means all business now. And that aggregate lead for medi Bayreuth has been whittled to just 3 points, and it could be 2 after this free throw. Now Diebler knocks it away. Sipahi crosses midcourt. Gets inside. Oh, he misses the layup. He's got to make that. He's got to put that one away. Lalonde trying to hold court down low. He's guarding medi. Here's medi again. Perhaps a mismatch. Turns. Back outside to Dorrit. Brooks. Pump fake. Gets it to medi again. Shot clock down. And medi. Oh, they're going to count it. Boy, talk about patience. Well, that right there, you know patience is a virtue because they waited as long as they could. Look at this. Good hustle from Diebler. And in the end, the foul. So medi goes to the line, and Ufuk Saricha, he's not happy about whether it should be a three-point play. I'm not sure. And medi is showing his quality. That foul was indeed on Diebler. Oh, free throw is so important in a game like this. And they're always important, but. And Lalonde is blocked, but also fouled by Robin Amaze. And you want to make him go to the line and earn it. And Lalonde misses the first one, so it looks like it was a good foul. He's only had one game with Besiktas in the Basketball Champions League, and here he makes the second one. So those are his first two free throws in the Basketball Champions League for its Turkish team. Dorrit gets it back. Looked like it was going to be a turnover. Amaze. medi turns. Missed everything it looked like. Brooks hustled. But Diebler won the day there. And you can see the low five there exchanged by Diebler and Brooks. Well, great game. We knew it would be. 5.5 minutes remaining in the first half. And we're right where we started, a 5-point aggregate lead for medi Bayreuth. Now Weems, oh, he changes that. Three-pointer is good, his second of the game. I mean, for my money, he's got to be in the game as long as he can. He is big time. 2 threes, both of them have been made. And now I see medi has to come out. I don't know if he's got some blood. No, he's going to stay in the game, excuse me. Bastian Dorrit goes out. Amaze hands it off, and medi again. How in the world did he score? It looked like he wasn't in position. Terrific feed from Amaze. That was amazing, and a great finish. Timeout on the floor by Besiktas. Look at that. He took the contact from Lalonde, and then that was Weems' second three-pointer. Interestingly, Weems hit 15 of 48 from deep this season, and shot it very well from the line. 21 of 24, 87.5%. But he's come out today and he's hit 2 threes already, so that tells you he likes the big games. 4 of 11 now, Besiktas from deep. medi Bayreuth not quite that good. They've guess it depends how you look at it. 2 of 6, 33%. Robinson hit the 1-3, and York hit that 3. The play I still can't get my head around was the block by Josh Adams. Look at this crowd. They're backing him. Backing him to the hilt tonight. And coming out of the timeout. And goes out of bounds. So that'll be medi Bayreuth ball. So Sipahi comes, so the 5 right now are for Besiktas: Adams, Lalonde, Strawberry, Vesioglu, and Weems. So Sipahi out of the game. And now foul down low, Lalonde. Brooks off the back of the iron, and Besiktas rebounded. But Lalonde was a second-round draft pick of San Antonio, coming out of college. Played at University of Massachusetts back in 2015. That's when he was drafted. Another stoppage, another foul. He's played in a few places. He's been in the G League with Austin Spurs, obviously, after being drafted by San Antonio. Then he went to Puerto Rico, Capitanes de Arecibo. Then Zhejiang Golden Bulls last season in China. Then he went back to Puerto Rico. Then he was in Italy earlier this season, and here he is with Besiktas. Now, medi Bayreuth did a good job getting down the floor. Now, Seifert gets it outside to Robinson. Strawberry just pulls his way down low and scores. Took it right to Gabe York. Pump fake, and Brooks gets it right back. So that basket had tied it on aggregate from Strawberry, and now medi Bayreuth have gone back in front. And Strawberry misses the mid-range jumper, but the ball batted out. Another chance. Lalonde gets it to Vesioglu, and he's fouled by Linhart. Adams, 2:53 to go here in the second quarter. Adams dribbles between his legs. Now Strawberry is launching it late in the shot clock. Vesioglu comes from the weak side for the rebound. And Earl Clark hits a 3. And guess what, folks? Besiktas now in front on aggregate by a point. They're leading by 6 in this game. And you get the feeling that medi Bayreuth just want to get to halftime now. Seifert down low. Brooks goes up. Had to shoot over Clark. Now Adams. Adams pulls up for a long jumper. And that was a little bit, perhaps not plan A for Besiktas. Gabe York pulls up for three and hits it. And that is a big swing. A 5-point swing. And medi Bayreuth go right back in front. Six points for York. Strawberry. And oh, the drive, and Shanley went in for the dunk just to make sure. Linhart. And again, takes the bump from Shanley. So it's at Shanley. Is he moving? Ooh, it's a tough one. Certainly, it was close. And they did give those points to Shanley. Robinson from the left. Good! Another three-pointer. God, the three-point shot is just, it can just keep teams in games. And we've seen medi Bayreuth come in now and hit a couple of threes in a row. And gone back in front by 3 on aggregate. And hustling for the ball, goes out of bounds. It'll be Besiktas basketball. Well, that was good hustle for both teams there. Now into Diebler, who's in the game, misses, and that's a shot he's got to make. Cox has it, back for medi Bayreuth, coming up on the 35-second mark here in the first half. Seifert, he's going to go to work on Shanley again, turns this time to his left. Didn't look quite as good on that one. Final 17 seconds ticking off the clock here. About a 5-second differential on the game clock and the shot clock. Good hands. And look at the hustle from York. Strawberry, they've got to launch it. They're not going to get it off in time. So the last shot should go here to medi Bayreuth. That was good defense and good hustle from Gabe York. So medi Bayreuth is going to be called timeout.
We got to cut to the corners to help them out.
Okay, guys, listen up. We set up in a line. We have 5 seconds. Okay, we set up in a line. Okay, I want you to fake to the ball and go deep. All right, look here. All right, hey, after this,
top scorers
for
medi Bayreuth.
Be ready to come back. All right, and we got to screen for
And Lalonde coming out has 10. Strawberry has 10, and Clark 7. Fans knowing they're in for a tight one tonight. Look at that. Taking some photos, checking out their stats, checking out the stats on the Basketball Champions League app. Maybe you should get that on your smartphone. Here are the final seconds ticking off the clock, and Robinson got into the shooting motion, hoping that it would be a shooting foul, but the whistle blown a split second before that. So they're going to have to inbound it again, 3.2 seconds. Robinson launches a deep one. Well, he had a shot at it, but that is it, folks. The end of a thrilling first half here in Istanbul. Besiktas lead at 39-37. They trail by 3 points on aggregate. Well, those 2 3-pointers were crucial there at the end or late in the first half for Bayreuth. Helped them kind of stem the tide, the momentum. Besiktas now out rebounding Bayreuth, and also those 4 blocks by Besiktas, including the one by Adams, where he chased down York and blocked it right at the rim. Almost looked like he touched the rim. Lalane with the 10 points, and Mariah's leading the way for Bayreuth, and again, Lalane has 3 of his team's blocks. So we're at halftime. We'll be right back.
advantage from the first match, and you are now 2 points back, but you still have the advantage. Do you think you keep it at the end of the match?
We don't think about the first game. We want to win this game, and if we win this game, we're fine. So we have to do a few things a little bit better in the first half, but I'm confident that we can do this.
So what do you expect from the second half?
I expect this to be a close battle all the way through. If we can manage to control the tempo of the game, push the ball a little more on offense and pressure them a little bit more on defense, I think the favor is to us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Started slow at the first beginning of the match, but you tied the score, and then you are 2 points ahead now. What are your expectations from the second half?
First of all, we have to break their open court system. They push the ball very well. They use the paint for big men. We have to stop the open court. Then we have to catch our rhythm.
Thank you.
Well, it's as close can be right now. Besiktas Sompo Japan leading at 39-37 the second leg. They are trailing by just 3 points on aggregate. It just isn't easy, folks. I mean, there was a time there where it looked like Besiktas might come down and blow this thing wide open, but Josh Adams perhaps rushed a jump shot from just inside the arc. And they were punished because medi Bayreuth got the rebound, went to the other end and hit a three-pointer. And it is evenly poised. And you heard the assistant coach from Turkey perhaps talking about the need to slow this medi Bayreuth team down. They get down the court quickly in transition. So we'll see how it's going to go. I mean, it's Besiktas trying to make amends from last season. They've done exceptionally well this season once again in the Basketball Champions League, winning their group. But now comes the second season and the postseason, the playoffs. It's entirely different. You got to try to survive in advance. And right now, no need to panic, but there's only 1/4 of this tie left. For medi Bayreuth, well, it's just been an incredible season, and they are looking to claim a famous scalp tonight. Raul Corna, the coach. Medi Bayreuth fourth in Group C during the year. Besiktas first in Group D with 10 wins and 4 defeats. Medi Bayreuth were 8-6. Well, welcome back to the Besiktas Katla Arena. It's the second half now of this game between Besiktas and medi Bayreuth, and already a turnover, and medi Bayreuth bring it up the floor. Already a turnover for the pass intended for Josh Adams. Now Earl Clark gets his big hands up there and knocks the ball away. Robinson pulls up, takes a jump shot. Veseoglu gets the rebound. Now Adams. And Lalonde gets it and goes up for the two-handed jam. Oh yeah, and then he looks at the crowd. Says there's more where that came from. Look at this. He just spins on Brooks and goes to town. So if he makes this, we'll be all square, all tied on aggregate. That was a great move from Lalonde. Now what is the call here? Oh, they've hung on the rim and they just want to check something to make sure it's okay. So Ufuk Saric is going to take this moment to talk to his team, as will the Raul Corno, the coach of medi Bayreuth.
Hey, way to break that motherfucking rim, boy.
Well, one of the advantages of going down to the huddle is you can hear the coach, but occasionally you can hear some colorful language. So apologies for that if you picked up those words. Here he is. So it looks like everything is okay, and Lalonde is at the line, and the break perhaps didn't do him any favors. He's now 1 of 3 at the stripe tonight. And they read that beautifully. Did Robinson. He held up before dribbling into the trap. And it's a new wrinkle that's being thrown at him. The York for 3. Goodness gracious. It's that man again. Nine points. He's got 3 threes tonight. Well, he's been on a roll all season from 3-point range. Now Clark on the baseline hits it. Looks like Adams is about to fall down. He did a good job of getting the pass to his teammate. Veseoglu harassing Linhart. York to Seifert. Oh, beautiful pass. Seifert! And Damon Brooks goes up for the two-handed rim rocker. You might want to check that basket support. So Besiktas with the 1-point lead in the game, but trailing now by 4 points on aggregate. Clark. And his pass batted away. It gives him a chance to run. Justin Robinson, and does a great job shielding himself and the ball from Strawberry. And now the lead is 6. So they've actually added to their overall lead from the first leg. And Robinson was about to sneak in there and try to pick another one off. Adams was aware. Adams flies in, hangs. Oh, the hang time. Lalonde, fortunately, was there for the putback. Boy, Adams is, he's got some hops. And Veseoglu called for the hold on Nate Linhart. Well, guess it depends how you look at it. Looks like good aggressive defense to me. Here's Linhart. And a little run. Oh, that was beautiful basketball. Was he going to pass? Was he going to shoot? Well, he shot it. And now medi Bayreuth back in front in the game and up 6. That bottom score is what you need to pay attention to. Adams misses with a jump shot. A couple of times Adams has gone down and put up the J's. And Seifert with the ball goes out of bounds, and you can see that Veseoglu is really being taken to task by his coach, Ufuk Sarica. I think he's going to come out. He's going to get the hairdryer treatment. Watch this. Linhart dribbles at the line. Another one from Nate Linhart. Oh, Lalonde just takes it in. He's like, well, nobody's going to guard me. I'm just going to have a layup drill. They read the press. Besiktas gets the tap. Seifert there to catch it, but ball goes out of bounds. And you can see right there, beside Hidu Turkoglu, is Fikret Orman, the chairman of the board of Besiktas. JK, he's rather nervous, it appears. And rightly so. Robinson. And Brooks. And Seifert with the rebound, put back. And it's back to an 8-point lead on aggregate now for medi Bayreuth. Clark misses and Seifert with the rebound. Where Linhart's hit a couple of big shots here. Pump fake. And drives in, and he'll get a couple of shots at the line. And right now, this quarter is being owned by the team in the dark uniforms. Look at this. This team is supremely focused, but can they do it for another 15 minutes? Or will the quality of Besiktas finally start to come through? Sertac Shanley comes into the game. And Linhart makes both. So just never know, do you, how these ties are going to come out. You'd think Besiktas would be the big favorites, but they lost that first leg. And here they are now trailing on aggregate by 10 points. Adams for 3. And York with the rebound. Linhart, bounce pass, Seifert. Turns, goes up and misses. Ball hit out to Weems. Clark over to Adams. And Adams was fouled. I think there were calls for unsportsmanlike there, but Good foul, and you can see the worried looks on the faces of the Besiktas faithful. Ooh, and you can understand why maybe that would possibly be. Got to play the ball. Adams rattles in the first one. And doesn't make the second, but Shanley gets in there, gets the offensive rebound. Now back to Weems. Clark for three. And the scrap for the ball. Besiktas going after it. This could be an important possession. They get it back, and Adams fouled again as he goes hard. And that was all about desire from Besiktas. They wanted it more. Look at the hustle from Strawberry, just keeping it alive. Sense of desperation, you could feel it. And perhaps crucially, getting the crowd going there. Every free throw, every possession important in this contest. Second one is good as well. Now Robinson crosses midcourt. Linhart spins. Will he go? He's going to hand it off, and a foul is called on Adams as Asim Marai, who's checked into the game. Excuse me, it's on Weems. Got him with the body. Raul Corner. Who would have thought medi Bayreuth would be in this position at the start of the season with a chance to get to the quarterfinals? And a good chance. But they can't afford to miss too many free throws. Remember when Asim Marai had that incredible Afro-basket back in 2013, Egypt getting to the final, getting to the World Cup, playing at the World Cup in Spain. Now, outside, Adams, and Saracen Shanley with the offensive rebound and put back. Now the crowd, the sixth man, trying to become a factor here. Robinson has it. Falls down, keeps his dribble remarkably. Adams goes after him, and he's going to put it up. Robinson is going to rim out, but Asim Marai with the rebound, and then he's fouled, I think. Was it Weems? Well, that was just extraordinary effort. Look at Robinson. Look at him. You can't get it. He's going to put it up, and that was only half of it. He just didn't finish. And Weems then commits the foul. Robinson is catching a breather now. Bastian Doret into the game, the captain, number 10 for medi Bayreuth. Asim Marai turns. Oh boy, that was a quality move. He's not an out-and-out center, but he's got some good play in that low post. Adams hands it off to Shanley. Has it knocked out of his hands by York. Look at this. Woo! You can see Gabe York thought he had him clean. Albanian referee calls the foul. The referee probably saying, hey, listen, these things even out over the course of the game. if in fact it was not a foul. I'm not going to get them all right, but they will even out over the course of the game. Sabahi in the game. Oh, Shanley misses the free throw. The tension, as they say, is palpable. Boy, how happy would that bench be there? You're looking at it if they get a win tonight. This great club, Besiktas, they don't want to just win this game. They want to get to the Final Four. They want to host the Final Four. Who wouldn't? They got to get there. Marai up high. Down low. And Asim Marai again. Another great move. Shanley drives down the lane, and more this is starting to look like medi Bayreuth's game. Up 9 here in the final 2 minutes of the third quarter. York for three, good! Another one! 60-53, medi Bayreuth on top. In this second leg, it is now a 12-point lead on aggregate. But you got to get stops. And when a team has that type of player that can drill the three, boy, it is a huge advantage. Timeout, Besiktas. Look at the three-point, look at the shooting from inside the arc and beyond the arc for both teams. And you can also see the rebounding. So York, with that three-pointer, Gabe York has hit 4 of 5 from three-point range tonight. He's got 12 points, as does Asim Marai. And Besiktas Sompo Japan in a little bit of bother here. Trailing by 7, minute and 35 to go in the third quarter. Trailing by 12 on aggregate. Diebler. Cox back in the game now for the visitors. Sabahi's shot clock winding down, has to put it up. He's denied by Marai. And York pulls up for 3. Well, when you feel it and you're a three-point shooter, he's probably one of those guys that the coach says, you got the green light. You put it up when you want to. Now into the corner, Strawberry for 3. Go! DJ Strawberry. That was important. Besiktas need to get the feel-good factor back. They need to get some momentum. And Strawberry is the type of player that can get it for you. Now Brooks goes to work on Weems. He's going to pass over to Dorrit. He can hit it, and he does! El Capitan! Another three-pointer for medi Bayreuth. Final 15 seconds here in the third quarter. Strawberry for 3. Good! Well, you know he showed up to play tonight. Final seconds ticking off the clock here. Cox gets in. Oh, it rims out. The masked man denied cruelly by the gods of the rim. And he goes with his teammates to the bench. And that flurry of activity there from DJ Strawberry just shows you there's more to come from Besiktas. They trail 63-59 here at the end of the third quarter. Both teams have hit 7 threes. A crucial stat in this game is the free throws. 6 of 12 for Besiktas. I mean, that is just going to haunt them if indeed they end up going out of this competition. Josh Adams is 3 of 4 at the line. Lalana is 1 of 3. Shanley's 2 of 4. And Strawberry has missed his only attempt. So you have got to do a better job at the free throw line in these big games. Well, that is a team that is on the same page, those players. And isn't that wonderful to hear Dorrit after Raul Corner talking about, to keep attacking, keep playing, to come out and just to call the play on the bench. In case something's not working, we're going to do this. And the Besiktas fans pulling it all out right now. Trying to get it going, trying to get something going. Now, Dorrit. Asim Marai, guarded by Lalane. And he goes at Lalane. And, oh, what a finish from Asim Marai. Goodness gracious. They're on their feet in Cairo watching that one. That was a quality finish. York now reaches in, almost, and yes, he does force the turnover. Cox over to Marai. Now Brooks goes up and scores. This medi Bayreuth team looking like a team that's not going to be denied tonight right now. They're up 13 points on aggregate. Marai reaches in again, forces another turnover. And Besiktas looking as if they've kind of been stunned here a little bit. Weems thought he could just kind of reach over and pick it up. But the opponents were diving on the floor. It's going to be Besiktas possession. But they are looking like they are on shaky ground right now. Weems for 3. Good! Now Sipahi chasing Dorrit in the backcourt. I think Weems now has 3 threes. And a foul called on Diebler, and worryingly for Brooks, holding his right ankle as he gets up. Look at this. Whew. Not that much of a push there, it didn't appear. And Ufuk Sarica trying to get his point across to Diebler. Remember, Sarica's a big man. He played professional basketball himself, played for Turkey. And he knows right now his team is up against it, trailing by 10 on aggregate. Dorrit. York for 3, another one. He's had a lot of famous games this season, but right now this is shaping up to be the biggest at the most important time. Gabe York is officially on fire. 5 3-pointers. Now Weems over to Clark. Clark hits the mid-ranger, just under 8 minutes remaining. York is 5 of 7 from three-point range. He was going for another one there. That was taken from Kaisery. That was way out there. Strawberry pulls up for three. Lalonde not able to rebound it. Or you can make up a lot of ground in a very short period of time. And you feel like that run will come eventually for Besiktas. And now an offensive foul called on Gabe York. A trip. No, a push. So DJ Strawberry taking the punishment for the team that time. Weems from deep. Ball batted out to Strawberry. Another chance for Besiktas. But they've got to start getting some makes and some stops. Clark. Strawberry with a little runner. Gets it to go. Now they're going to try to get a turnover in the backcourt. But Dorrit with a behind-the-back pass gets out of danger. A maze in the game now. As is Wahalski. Wahalski hands it off, and Nate Linhart fouled by Weems. Adams back in to apply the pressure on defense on Dorrit. Asim Marai, he's been tough here. He's going against Lalonde. A little hook shot misses, but there Wahalski with the rebound. A new 14, and then Weems reaches over. How many fouls is that on Weems? That's number 4. Six minutes to go. The plot thickens. Weems in foul trouble. Linhart this time misses a shot that he's been making all night. Here's Weems for three. Good! That's why they got to keep him in the game. He's got that capacity to hit the big shots. And with that one, he has pulled his team to within 6 points on aggregate. It's a thrill show tonight, folks. It's all happening. Weems, of course, famous. He's hit some buzzer-beating shots, some three-pointers to win games for Besiktas.
Rotate through. And rotate through. Make him put the ball on the floor so we can collapse again. We go press offense in 5 side. Press offense in 5 side. Okay,
York,
guys,
15 points.
Cut back door.
Also 5 rebounds, leading the way in both of those categories, interestingly. Strawberry now with 18 points. There's some Besiktas fans trying to do anything and everything they can to help their team tonight. They're trailing by 1 in the second leg and trailing by 6 on aggregate. This is a big possession. Robinson back in the game. He's got the ball. Now Linhart. Robinson to Marai. Going to work on Lalonde. Goes up, misses. There's a little bit of help defense there from DJ Strawberry. Might have put Marai off the shot a little bit. And Clark wide open after his man falls down and goes up for the dunk. I think it was York who had to switch on him, and York went down to the hardwood. So Besiktas now back in front in the game and now trailing by just 4 points on aggregate. Robinson, bounce pass to Marai. And a foul call. You could see some people over there, I think on the bench and behind the bench, appealing for a travel on Marai right here. But nope, looked pretty good to me. Lalonde with the foul. Quick pass to see Marai. Goes up, tough shot. Now Clark with the rebound. That Besiktas defense just that little bit better now. Their Basketball Champions League season hanging in the balance. Lalonde, the pass ends up with Mahalski. He's going to go in for the layup. What a turnover. Just a little bit of miscommunication. Oh, things can change so quickly. Now back to 6. Just felt like Besiktas were closing in, and now another turnover. Goodness me. 2 ill-timed turnovers, one on Strawberry. So the steal by Robinson, and also Besiktas now over the limit, which means medi Bayreuth go to the free throw line the rest of the way. And thankfully for them, Marai misses the first. Does make one of them, however, and takes it back to a 7-point lead in the tie on aggregate. Clark gets down low, and the ball goes through the hands of Adams. Adams chases York. Remember, they don't want to foul. They'll put him on the line. 3.5 minutes remaining. Besiktas in trouble. Marai, a little bit of razzle-dazzle there at the line. Linhart as well, puts it up from 3. Oh! The shot heard all the way back in Germany. 76-71. The lead on aggregate goes back to 10. He had just enough time to get it off, and he made the most of it. Look at this. A little bit of celebration. Medi Bayreuth style.
Stop right here. We gotta contest the threes without jumping. Make them drive, collapse, rotate through, active feints. Okay, they know they need to score in the next 1 or 2 possessions.
"20 assists for Besiktas, 18 for medi Bayreuth. Turnover game. Well, there's still time for Besiktas. But there is, we talked about him earlier tonight. Fikram Orman, the chairman of the board of Besiktas, has had to go sit by himself. He's really nervous. He was down there with Hiddo Turkoglu. Weems for three, misses it badly. The line miss, not able to get the rebound, but then reaches in, knocks it away to Strawberry. Oh, he hits a three. Oh, what a play. Well, that could end up being a huge sequence for Besiktas. Should have come away with nothing, and they got 3 points. Strawberry now with 18 points. Linhart, oh, what a finish. Put it on the highlight reel. And now Linhart looked like caught a hand in the face as he was going up for that reverse layup. Boy, he is absolutely spectacular at times, Linhart. Watch the finish. Oh yeah, he got it from Weems. Inadvertently. Well, he really raked him across the face. He got absolutely crunched in the face there. And Weems lucky not to foul out of the game. And now he and Linhart exchanging pleasantries. That takes it back to a 9-point lead on aggregate. Besiktas, you got to score, you got to rebound, you got to get stops, and potentially make free throws. You got to play perfect basketball down the stretch here. Strawberry, another 3 attempt for him. Too long. Lalonde not able to get it away from Brooks, and they are going to foul Brooks. And folks, medi Bayreuth have had some big wins in their history, but this might just go down as the greatest in club history. Winning on the road, still got some work to do, but if they can pull it off, I know you don't give parades for getting to the quarterfinals, but you feel like these guys, somebody should meet them at the airport when they come back, because this is quite a result if it stays as it is. And Brooks makes both free throws, now back to an 11-point lead on aggregate. As well as they played in the first leg, you could argue they've played even better in the second, especially on the road in hostile territory. Adams. And the foul called. They had fouls to give. Remember, Besiktas 6 of 12 at the free throw line. And some only 9 turnovers, but they've had 3 big ones here in the fourth quarter. 3 big ones in a row. Clark for 3. And look at Linhart get on the ground, chasing that ball. It's going to be possession arrow. In favor of Besiktas. Well, they did in this game go in front on aggregate. The biggest lead was 6 points, so they led by as many as 1 on aggregate. Here's the tough shot from Strawberry. I mean, DJ Strawberry, he couldn't have done anything else tonight. I mean, he's been as good as he can be. It's just, I mean, he did have 1 turnover that was costly, and good rejection that time. And the ball, it was blocked by Lalonde. Mirai then had the ball go off of him, and it turned over. to Besiktas. Look at this. Swat, and it lands on him. That play just about keeps him in it. Down 9. If they go down and hit a 3, it's only a 6-point game. Besiktas have to keep believing in their fans. Now Adams. He's going to go hard to the basket. And the ball knocked off the rim. Was it by Marai or by Brooks? Marai has it taken away by Adams. Quick pass up to Strawberry for 3. Too long. Another attempt. Now it's going to be Diebler for 3. Short. Adams over to Clark. He's going to put up a 3, and he misses. And the offensive rebound, Lalonde, and he makes it. So back to an 80-78 score here in the second leg. Trailing by 7 on aggregate. The clock is now very definitely the enemy of Besiktas. Well, you can't say enough about Robinson and Gabe York tonight. And Dorrit coming off the bench and playing those big minutes. Those aren't the biggest guys on the court, but they've all got big hearts. And that missed free throw, again, just opens the door just a little bit more for Besiktas. And 2 missed free throws. Now they got to hurry up. Strawberry has it. And they had a foul to give. So 30.5 seconds remaining. Crazier things have happened than coming back from a 7-point deficit. Remember, if it's tied on aggregate, they'll have to play overtime. Now the ball, Strawberry tried to go behind his back. He turned it over. Diebler commits the foul on Linhart. Who do you say is the MVP of this game for medi Bayreuth? I mean, it has been a team effort. I mean, it's been terrific. Marai's come in and had some huge plays. Nate Linhart. I think in some ways it's hard to pick an MVP for this game, for this medi Bayreuth team. The sum is greater than the whole of its parts. Maybe that's a good way to look at it. If you look at it man for man, comparing these two teams, you would think Besiktas would be better. Adams. 3-pointer is good. That ties it in the leg. And now York has it. He's going to go up for the two-handed flush. They got to launch it. Adams, another 3. Well, now it's 84-83 in the second leg, and it's a 4-point game on aggregate. So I've just figured out how you win it if you're Besiktas. You get medi Bayreuth to miss these 2 free throws. You get it to a good 3-point shooter, and you make sure he's close to a medi Bayreuth player and sucker him into fouling you while you make the 3-pointer. Probably not going to happen, and it won't matter if this man right here makes this one. And he does. He makes it. He takes it to 5 points, the lead on aggregate. I don't know how you pull the rabbit out of the hat on this one now if you're Besiktas. 4.1 seconds remaining. He misses. Clark has to hurry. And the ball goes to Vesioglu. And folks, you have got to tip your hat to medi Bayreuth. They have drawn here 84-84 at Besiktas. That was good enough to get a 5-point win on aggregate. They advance to the quarterfinals. The round of 16 jinx strikes again for Besiktas. Well, you know, sometimes it's the little things, but, you know, as you look at these statistics, the 6 of 12 from the line from Besiktas, that didn't help. They didn't shoot it as well, obviously, as they wanted to. They actually out-rebounded their opponents. They out-assisted them. They did turn it over a couple more times, and some ill-timed turnovers. Look at that. Besiktas had the 6 blocks, ill-timed turnovers, missed free throws. And in my opinion, you know, on 3 occasions at least, including in the first half, they had momentum busters. Their momentum was stopped with their shot selection. Strawberry finished with 23 points. I've got no complaints about his performance. York was outstanding with 17. Lalonde made his impact defensively, as you would expect, as well as offensively. But Linhart, Marai, York pouring in the points for medi Bayreuth, and just an exceptional team effort. And tip your hat to Raul Corona. He has he's done something that a lot of people didn't think that they could do. He has engineered a 2-legged upset of Besiktas here in the round of 16 to get to the quarterfinals. It is heartbreak city now, Istanbul, here for this Besiktas team. And what does that say about German basketball? That's another blow landed. We're going to have, you know, you're going to have another quarterfinalist with MHP Riesen Lewisburg and EV Baskets Oldenburg playing in the round of 16. And so this team will go into an all-German quarterfinal. They will face the winner of that tie, and it looks like it'll be MHP Riesen Lewisburg because they're up by 25 heading into the second leg. So look at that quadrant down there in the bottom right. So medi Bayreuth has advanced, and well, a whole season the Basketball Champions League for Besiktas goes down the drain. I mean, they finished first in their group. Medi Bayreuth finished 4th in their group. In fact, they barely made the playoffs, yet here they are. They have taken full advantage. And it's been 20 years since medi Bayreuth have last played in Europe, and boy, are they making the most of it. What an exceptional season they're having. Played in the old Korach Cup. Here they are, making headlines again. And, well, there'll be a few toasts made tonight, a few glasses clinging, I bet, in Beirut. medi Bayreuth is on their way to the quarterfinals. And as you look at these highlights, Andreas Seifert played very well in the first quarter, remember, for medi Bayreuth. The guards were terrific. In fact, if you go back to medi Bayreuth, back to that 1997 season when they played in the Korach Cup, they didn't even get to the postseason. So the fact that they're now on the way to the quarterfinals, I mean, it is, they're in 7th heaven right now. They are partying like crazy back home in Germany. And why not? It's a good team. I see Marai. Boy, he had some outstanding moments tonight. Damon Brooks as well. He is solid. And Gabe York, once he sees the ball going through the hoop, it is a beautiful sight, isn't it? I mean, he is just almost automatic. Earl Clark didn't quite make the impact today that Besiktas probably needed. I mean, Strawberry was huge. Well, a lot of questions will be asked, no doubt about it, in Istanbul here. Besiktas, you know, what went wrong? How has this title eluded? That was a crucial turnover there. That stopped their momentum. Besiktas, and really, again, look at Lenhart. I mean, he was just under control. He is like a picture of calm in the storm. And that was Gabe York's final two-handed flush. So, wow. Great game, great tie from medi Bayreuth. They advance to the quarterfinals. And it's Heartbreak City for Besiktas for the second year in a row. You've been watching the Basketball Champions League. More action coming your way tonight and tomorrow. Be sure to tune in.